The Ashley Smith case is obviously a terrible tragedy, and obviously there's information comes to light that is completely unacceptable in the way a Corrections Canada is supposed to do business. At the same time, Mr. Speaker, there is as you know, a coroner's inquest underway. There are arguments between lawyers on some of the procedural matters, and obviously we will let those get resolved in due course. But we will be looking carefully, as we always have, at what additional investments need to be made in mental health aspects of our corrections policies.
Ashley died 5 years ago. This has been up and down the federal court, up and down the Court of Appeal in Ontario. Governments have a responsibility to get to the bottom of it, and rather than doing that, what we've seen is this government has done everything it can to prevent information from coming out. So the first thing that has to happen is we've got to get to the bottom of the inquiry. We've got to get at what happened. This young girl, when she was a young girl, threw some crab apples at a postal worker, and as a result of which she was taken away from her family, put in institutions. Clearly, there are issues of mental health and mental illness, but you have to ask yourself, she should never have been incarcerated in the first place. How would somebody with that extent of a problem have been placed in incarceration? How could she have been moved this many times as she was through as many jurisdictions in the way in which she was? None of it makes any sense. It truly is a tragedy, but sometimes tragedies happen for reasons, and sometimes you have to get at the truth, and government has to get at these things, no matter how uncomfortable they make anybody feel, because it should never have happened.